Today we're going to paint 3 simple giraffes. Giraffes are one of my favourite things to draw. They're quite complex animals, but at the same time you can draw them with quite simple shapes, and so that's what we're going to do today. So to start with, I'm going to have a conversation between giraffes, so there's going to be 3 of them, and I'm going to start by putting one in the middle. So usually what I do is just decide on the length of the neck, and then from there I add kind of oblong shape for the head, come back down the neck, and then put a kind of slanting oblong shape for the body. Join a couple of legs, actually 4 legs, not just 2. And there you have a giraffe. And then I'm just going to give him a tail. And one of the things I love most about giraffes are their kind of, I don't even know what you call them. I'm going to call them antennae, which is completely wrong. I'm going to have to look up what you call them now. Hold on a second. Obviously somebody else on Google had the same issue because there's quite a few instances of what do you call the things on a giraffe's head? And the answer is ossicones. It says they are not horns or antlers, but are made of hardened cartilage covered in skin and fur. Both males and females have ossicones, but they differ in appearance. Females tend to have thinner, more tufted ossicones, while males have thicker ones that can become bald from fighting. So now we know. Okay, back to the drawing. Okay, so as I was saying, one of the things I love most about drawing giraffes is their ossicones, and I tend to give them a bit of a bump on the end. So they're not remotely realistic, but let's give it an eye. And then it's going to be chatting with this one here. Okay, so my next giraffe is going to be a teeny bit taller. So I'm just going to come up and give him a neck like that. And his body is going to kind of be there and like that. And then his neck. So his ossicones. And he's going to be kind of taking a bit of a step forward. There's something so enjoyable about just drawing when you don't have to worry about being realistic. Sometimes I love to be realistic, but other times I just love to have fun and play around and not worry about what things should really look like. It's quite freeing. And then there's going to be one more giraffe over here, and he is leaning in to see what's being said. I've got this phenomenon going on. I don't know whether you've ever had this happen to you, but when I used to go to life drawing classes, I would start with a paper one size and then start drawing in the middle. So I would think the whole thing would fit on, and then suddenly I'm drawing and I have a leg that's going off the paper and the foot is way off the paper, and I've kind of got the same thing happening here with the giraffes. I thought this is a nice piece of paper, it'll be perfectly wide to get the whole thing on, and now they are just going off the sides. So I'm just going to have to bring that body in, contain it. It's such a weird phenomenon. I don't know why it happens, but if I don't do some proper planning, I always find things going off the edge. But in a situation like this, it doesn't matter. But let me know if that's ever happened to you before, because it was just always happening to me at life drawing. Okay, and this one's tail is also going to have to come up and into the air. Okay, so let's just give him an eye and an eye for this one. Give them some smiles. And now let's do, I'm going to give this one the traditional kind of giraffe shapes. Just roughly draw them out. They don't have to be placed accurately again, just and some on the legs. And then markings for the hooves. And I'm going to give this one here the same kind of markings. And this one here, I'm going to improvise his markings. So I'm not going to give him any, but I will give him some hoof marks. And this one here, I feel like he needs a scarf because outside right now it's really cold, and sometimes it's just nice to have a scarf. Okay, now it's time to paint. I'm using my This is a mixed palette of Gallo paints and Zeki paints, which I got here in Florence. And I'm going to go in with some of this Icelandic brown as a base colour for the first giraffe. I'm not going for highly realistic colours because the giraffes themselves are not highly realistic. So we'll just give him a nice base coat of Icelandic red. I should have started on these legs because I immediately put my hand in this leg. Okay, I'll let that to dry and I'll move on to giraffe number 2. I'm going to give giraffe number 2 and 3 a grey base coat. So okay, so now all the giraffes have their base coats. I'm just going to wait for that to dry and then we can come in with the second layer. I just went to dry this off with a hairdryer. I've heard some people say that they like to use a hairdryer because it's much faster than waiting for however long it takes for the watercolour to dry. And then there are some people who don't like to use it because they feel maybe it damages the paint or moves the pigments around in a way they wouldn't want. But that really worked for me because one of the things I find a bit frustrating about watercolor is having to wait between all the layers. So now that is just completely dry and I can continue. Let me know in the comments below whether you are a hairdryer fan or not. It's interesting, but that definitely worked for me. Okay, so now I'm going to come in and just give him an eye. And then I'm just going to make his marks by some random brush strokes, randomly placed. Each giraffe seems to have its own unique markings. Some of them have really tiny spots, some of them have really big ones. But I'm sure they're like fingerprints, each one is unique. So this giraffe here has got his own special marking. This colour I'm using on top is Caput Mortem and it's made by Zeki, which is an art store here in Florence which makes its own watercolour, and it is the most beautiful colour, not that I've ever seen, but getting on there it's just gorgeous. It's got this kind of purpley reddy tone to it and it's really pigmented, so it's brilliant. If you ever get the chance to get your hands on some Zeki watercolours, I definitely would because they are really pigmented. They really pack a punch for what you get in the palette. You can see how they dry much lighter when they compared to the ones that are still wet. And then I'll just colour in his hoofs and go back to the tail. Okay, I might have to come back to that again, but I'll leave it for now and move on to the next giraffes. Okay, the next one I'm going to use is a yellow-green, again from Zeki. And this time I'm going to go in and colour all these spots that I created earlier. And some yellow hooves. And of course his tail. And then the final giraffe is going to have same colour but the opposite way markings. And I've got loads of water on the brush. This is one thing I still don't really consider when I'm painting with watercolour, how loaded my brush is with water, but it's one of the most fundamental things that you should consider, because water control is everything. And if not, you get massive great big blooms, which is always happening to me, but we'll see how this goes. I've got so much on there, I don't even need to load my brush again just yet. I'm just going to take them off to hairdryer them again. I'll be right back. So we're now back from the hairdrying, and I am now the prime example of why you shouldn't use a hairdryer when you're doing watercolor to dry it. Because first of all, leaving aside this bit, I put the hairdryer on and there was a pool of paint here and it just went flying out, creating this extra long Aussie cone. And then as I came back, I managed to get the piece on his nose, which went straight into the other giraffe. So now looks like he's sneezing. So that is exactly why, if you're doing a precious piece of work or just something that you don't want to ruin, be really careful with your hairdryer. So now we know. But this is just for fun, and actually I think it's quite amusing, so we'll go with it. I'm now going to do the scarf and flick my paint onto the paper, my paintbrush. There's a reason why I think I'm kind of better off with pencils sometimes, because you don't run into all these kind of problems, but it's just about taking your time and controlling things, I guess. So this guy here needs a tail, which I forgot to put on. I'm just thinking, when it comes to the thumbnail, if I should take away the sneeze. We'll see. I probably will. This colour I'm using now is Dragon's Blood by Zeki again, and I'm going to use it for the scarf. That again is the most beautiful colour. I feel like this giraffe altogether is too pale, so I kind of really want to go in with a light wash of this Dragon's Blood, because I feel that would be a nice addition. So let's just do that. It's quite a complementary colour to what was there before, but the base coat was just very wishy-washy, which I think is okay with these giraffes because they've got the spots going on, and it kind of makes more sense for them to be more pale. But this one here could definitely do with a second coat. So there we have our 3 happy giraffes. So let's go in and make the scarf a bit stripy. Come to think of it, the reason why he has a scarf is probably because he's not feeling so well, which would explain why he's sneezing on the other guy. Everything has a reason, everything has a purpose, everything works out. So I'm going to come in now and just make that eye. Just going to add some more colour on these. Just going to give him a bit of a smile. This one I feel should be looking back at what's going on. I've given him a bit of a grimace because he's being sneezed on. I hope you enjoyed painting along with me if you did, and if you didn't, then do give these giraffes a go because they're super quick and fun to do. Let's have a caption competition. What are these guys saying to each other? Are they commenting on the sneeze? Are they just taking it all in their stride? Let me know what you think they're saying to each other in the comments below. Okay, thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.